Hey guys, welcome to another episode of All Things Geek. I'm Tom.
Right here is Cam.
And I'm Rose.
We have a special guest here with us today. We have Rose. She's kind of a behind-the-scene person that helps a lot with our podcast. She helps with, camera work whenever we do a video podcast. She helps with some editing once in a while. And she's also the creative genius behind the All Things Geek sign that we use whenever we do a video podcast.
And you know what? Let's not forget, she also helps us navigate when we go around to conventions.
That's true. She's one of the convention goers with us, and without her, we'd be completely lost.
Yes, that's correct. You guys are nothing without me.
That is so true.
It's crazy. We're too busy, gawking in awe at all the cool sights. We totally forget things like...
And drinking. Don't forget drinking.
Oh, and Cam's drunk as hell. But yeah, we forget things like panels and when they start, or where the next celebrity signing is going to be, and Rose here guides us around. So she's kind of like the cog in the machine, if you know what I mean.
So welcome to the podcast, Rose.
Thank you.
Welcome. And are you excited to be talking about Spider-Man Homecoming today?
Oh yes, I'm really excited. I actually don't really know too much about the comics, but I really enjoyed the movie. It was very enjoyable to watch.
I respect that.
Yeah, I think that's one of the big things about this movie. I think as a movie or a standalone movie, it's actually quite amazing.
Of course. Well played.
It was really... Yeah. well, don't forget, Cam, it's not the Amazing Spider-Man. It's just Spider-Man.
Go on.
There was no Andrew Garfield in this one.
No, there definitely was not.
Yeah, I think as a standalone movie, I thought this movie was really, really well done. It was really fun. Mm-hmm. It was hilarious.
Yeah,
that was okay, in my opinion.
I thought it was so funny. Oh my god. This movie was hilarious.
Okay, fair.
Yeah, Cam, so you messed up.
All right.
So, you messed up, and now you're in detention.
The PSAs were great, I give it that.
It's kind of sad that the funniest person in a Spider-Man movie was Captain America, right?
He's kind of like, the butt of the jokes in this movie, but it was done in a really tasteful way, done in a way that everyone can relate to, because, we've all been to high school and we've all had to watch those videos, and the videos are always of people that are inspirational, people that are role models, and Captain America is a role model. He's the all-American guy, the good guy, the one who fights for justice.
Yeah, of course.
That's totally true. Well, I guess not anymore, right? Isn't he on the run in the Marvel Comics universe? He's hiding in Wakanda or some shit.
Oh, they even referenced that.
Oh yeah. The gym teacher who's right over here.
Like when he went rogue. So, Rose, that was your favorite part, huh?
Yes, it was. There's nothing funnier than Captain America. I'm so sorry.
No, that's totally fair. That's totally fair.
Oh my god, I couldn't contain myself when I saw the other Captain America PSA. Just the fact that he just came out of nowhere, and then he took the chair, he spun around, sat down, like a total badass, but he's not, and then he just started saying, "So, you messed up, and now you're in detention." I don't know if you felt this, but I couldn't contain myself. I was kicking. I couldn't even when I saw that.
Yeah,
I was just laughing so much.
So your favorite part of the Spider-Man movie was Captain America?
Yes, it is.
Makes you wonder.
The one that's not even in the movie, just as a cameo.
Yeah. Well, in addition to that, though, I really liked the final fight scene between Spider-Man and the Vulture. I thought that was done really, really well. I was on the edge of my seat because Spider-Man didn't have his suit anymore. He was using his homemade costume, that had no powers whatsoever. One second.
Let me put you guys on hold. What did you guys think of Spider-Man's kind of homemade costume?
It kind of looked like my Spider-Man onesie.
You're right, actually. It did kind of look like a onesie.
It was made of fleece, right?
It was like a couple of hoodies and a pair of track pants.
Yeah.
It worked. It worked for his flexibility, his movement. I can roll with that.
I'm not even talking about a practical sense. I mean, what did you guys think of the look? Honestly, I thought it was really good. I liked it as his kind of first costume. Yeah. Because if you really think about it, as a teenager who just discovered he had superpowers, that looks like the kind of costume he would make.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of Kick-Ass.
Yes.
True.
That too.
Real really bad costume, but it looked really comfy. It looked like it would keep him warm. I'm not too sure how warm he would have been when he was up there in the air with the airplane and Vulture.
Oh shit! Yeah, anybody would have just froze up there.
Listen, reality doesn't apply. People don't have spider powers.
Fair assessment.
There's no giant wings that you can wear and fly around. So you know what? The laws of physics do not apply.
Fair enough.
Honestly, though, that fight scene had me on the edge of my seat because he looked like he was really struggling in that fight.
He was in peril, yeah.
He didn't have his suit to help him at all. Not only that, Vulture was like such a badass up there. He had the wings, you know. He had control. He had the gadgets.
Mm-hmm.
So what did you guys think of the Vulture?
I actually really like the Vulture's portrayal in this movie.
That's right. He looks very different than he did in the comics.
Of course.
In the comics, Adrian Toomes is really old, pretty much a flying geriatrics patient.
Yeah.
And he's green, right?
He is green. Although they did keep a little homage to the original costume. I don't know if you guys noticed.
I noticed. Furry thingy, right?
That's right. His like pilot jacket or whatever he was wearing, the aviator jacket.
Yeah.
It did have that kind of little white fur
thingy, yes.
Which was an awesome homage to the original Vulture's costume, because the original Vulture costume had like the little feathers.
Yeah.
Because he was an old bald guy.
It worked.
Which did look like a vulture.
Yes, he was still bald.
Yeah. And the costume, they did keep it green.
They did.
Greenish. Yeah.
Really dark green, though, right?
I think
green.
I think as a modern portrayal as the Vulture villain, I think they did a really good job.
Oh fuck, man!
Also, Michael Keaton killed it.
He destroyed it.
Or should I say Michael Douglas? You want to hear a random facto?
Go on.
Michael Keaton's real name is Michael Douglas.
No.
However, when he joined the Actors Guild, there was already a Michael Douglas. You know, the famous Michael Douglas.
Right.
So he had to change his name. So he changed it to Michael Keaton.
Huh. I actually didn't know that.
A lot of people don't. Random facto from
what
Tom.
The fuck?
I learned something new today.
Yeah,
See, guys, our podcast is educational. You get to learn random stuff that you probably wish you didn't know.
It's not just excessive swearing, I'll tell you that much.
Exactly.
All right, Rose, so is that about it?
No, that's about it for me. What about you, Cam?
I actually like the portrayal of Toomes of this, how he was the everyday guy just doing what he can just to live.
We talked a lot about like his portrayal as the Vulture himself.
Mm-hmm.
The portrayal of Toomes as a human was, he was hard to hate.
He was.
At times, like, I don't know about you, but at times I was kind of rooting for him.
I just wanted to give him a fucking hug, man.
Yeah, because, they showed, like, at the beginning where he was cleaning up. By the way, that's another thing I actually really liked about the movie. They really did a good job of linking the universe.
Yes, bitch. Yes, that was great.
Yes.
Like, the first scene was right after the Avengers movie when they were cleaning up the debris from the destroyed alien ships.
Yes.
And that's when you really feel for him, because, he's just trying to earn a living.
He was going on about, like, hey, guys, we landed this contract, this is our right. They're like, nah, bro, I don't give a shit what you say.
Talk about creating a villain,
Yeah, of course.
Realistically, he was just doing this to give his family the best life he can give them.
Of course, like anybody else wants to.
Yeah, and that's really all he wanted was to that's really all he wanted was to make his family, happy.
Of course.
And
good living.
Granted, he did it in a bad way, stealing, murdering, creating weapons of mass destruction. Might not be the best way to achieve that, but you know what?
It's something.
He had good intentions, at least for his family.
Yeah, of course.
And like I said, it made it really hard to hate him.
Mm-hmm.
And
totally, man.
Yeah, and totally, and it was really, really cool. What else did you like about the Vulture character, since that was your favorite part?
I think that was it. Just from what I gathered, just in a way can be relatable.
Yeah?
In a way.
Did you relate to him?
No, not really.
No, you wouldn't like blow up city blocks just to help your family?
It's tempting, but I don't think I have the heart to
Are
do so.
you telling me you're not a hard-working man, Cam?
Nah, not really. I'm too lazy for that shit.
Well, that's a given. The only thing he's hard working on is the bottle.
Hell yeah.
Man, he's drunk half the conventions we go to.
Alright, moving on from that.
Anything else you liked about the movie, man?
Nah, man. That's all I can just think about right now.
You're always that guy, eh? It's always about the villains for you.
Of course, man. Hail King Joffrey, straight up.
Man, Space Hitler, Frieza, King Joffrey, now the Vulture.
Of course.
You ever gonna root for the good guy?
Nah, not really. Well, maybe if the good guy goes rogue, then I'll probably root for that good guy.
But if they go rogue, that just makes him a bad guy.
Yes, it does.
So you must love Captain America now.
Oh
yes, I do. Oh, yes, I do.
Awesome, man.
So how about you, Tom? What was your favorite part?
Honestly, man, I really liked Spider-Man in general, like how they portrayed his character.
Go on.
I thought Tom Holland did a really good job as both Peter Parker and Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And I thought, there was a good mix of, funny and nerdy. Like, he does look like the kind of guy who would get bullied.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
You know me, I'm a big Spider-Man fan.
Yeah, you are.
I have to say that he may not be my favorite Peter Parker.
Okay.
I did like Tobey Maguire's Peter Parker. And I know people are going to be like, Tobey Maguire, how could you like him?
How could you like that dancing fool?
All right, yeah. Or, my God, have you seen him cry?
The ugly cry?
Yeah, he does have the worst cry face I've ever seen in my life. It is like overacting at an extreme. But anyways, as Peter Parker, he did a really good job. Like he really portrayed Peter Parker really well, like as this like socially awkward loner.
Yeah.
Because really in the comic books, that's what Peter Parker was.
Right.
And you know what? Again, random facto, Stan Lee actually gave Tobey Maguire accolades at his portrayal of Peter Parker.
Really?
And it was the only person out of all these Spider-Mans that we've seen so far that Stan Lee said embodied the comic book character of Peter Parker.
Yeah.
And that's a huge compliment.
Yeah.
Especially coming from Stan Lee. Stan the man, the creator.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
However, where Tobey Maguire fell short is he was a terrible Spider-Man.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
He wasn't funny. He wasn't
quippy.
He didn't have that Spider-Man humor.
It felt forced.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
However, I think Andrew Garfield
okay.
did a really good job playing Spider-Man, but he was a terrible Peter Parker. Like, I don't know about you guys, but Peter Parker for me is not a skateboard riding, vaping hipster.
Oh my God. But I liked Andrew Garfield's Peter Parker, man.
Man, how can you like someone who stuttered every other second?
Oh, fuck. Okay, yeah.
Like, you just, what you meant to say was you liked looking at Emma Stone playing...
Yes, I did, yeah.
Gwen Stacy.
Yes. All right, so go on, as you were saying.
But as a Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield was awesome. Like, guys, come on. Don't you guys think he was, like, a hilarious Spider-Man?
He was good.
He was
good.
Yeah, that was the only good thing about those movies, because those movies were pretty bad.
When you pointed it out that way, it makes a lot of sense.
Exactly. Now, Tom Holland, the reason why I like his portrayal of Spider-Man so much is because he was kind of like a good...
balance, right?
Balance of those two characters.
Yeah.
Like, he may not have been the best Peter Parker, and he may not have been the best Spider-Man, but because he was good at both of them, he played a really, really good character.
You know what? I actually agree with you on that one.
Totally, that's what I think.
Yeah.
Anything you guys didn't like about the movie, Rose?
Yeah, honestly, I didn't like the portrayal of Flash. It's not that because of the actor. I just didn't really like that they made Flash Thompson not a jock anymore.
Yeah.
He just kind of looked like a wannabe, you know?
Yeah, totally, like someone who would get bullied himself. Like, he didn't really look like a bully.
He didn't look like a bully at all. He looked like he just wanted to be cool and just wanted to...
The poser type, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, Cam, if this Flash came up to you in the halls, and tried to pick a fight...
I'd just push him aside like he was just a double swinging door.
It doesn't help that the actor is like, what, 5'6"?
Give or take, yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah, the reason why we're kind of hard on the actor playing Flash is because, for those of you who don't know, Flash in the comic books is a...
jock.
Yeah. very stereotypical looking jock.
Yeah.
Like,
He's also supposed to be, the popular guy in his school.
Yeah.
Whereas in this movie, he didn't look like the popular guy. He didn't have his backups, his group, his friends there to help him or anything. He just kind of looked like that guy that wanted to be cool and just kind of, I don't know.
Yeah, he looked like
that's totally fair.
He looked like the guy that Peter Parker was bullying.
Yeah. That was so plausible, yeah.
Yeah, and granted, he had the whole penis Parker.
Oh my God.
Which is kind of cute, because in the comics, he calls him Peener Parker, because I couldn't say penis.
Right.
So,
yeah, but now it's okay to say penis.
Now it's okay.
Penis Parker!
Oh my God.
So, that was a cool little homage. Coming from him, you're just like...
It didn't work.
Really?
No.
Come on, okay. But like I was saying, for those of you who don't know, Flash in the comics is like everyone said. He's this burly, muscular, jock bully. And the reason why that is so important, because a lot of people are going to say, well, Tom, bullies nowadays aren't like that. Bullies nowadays don't bully you physically. It's more psychological bullying or social media bullying.
Right.
And this and that. And maybe they were trying to make a bully that kids these days can relate to. And you know what? I would agree with that if Flash being the typical jock wasn't wasn't so important to his character. Because let's not forget, Flash Thompson, after high school, ends up joining the military. You know, he becomes a national hero.
Yeah.
He loses his legs, and because he loses his legs, he becomes
Agent Venom.
Agent Venom.
Yeah.
And looking at this guy right here, do you guys see Agent Venom in his future anytime?
No.
I don't think the army would even enlist him.
Isn't there like a
Well said.
Isn't there a height requirement to join the army? You know, like imagine if he loses his legs, he'll be like tiny. That's the thing, right?
Of course.
Like either this guy's gonna have to like take some roids and beef up, or like there is no Agent Venom, so we're gonna be sad about that. And that's why I think it bothers people so much.
Yeah, that's totally fair. Was that all that you didn't like about it?
Nothing wrong with the actor, you know. The actor did his best, but
that,
I just wish
His
that
best. When a girl says his best, just hang your head in shade.
That's it. It's over. It's done.
he did his best as he could, because that's how the writers wrote his character.
Yeah.
You know, if they wrote his character a different way, they probably wouldn't be casting that actor to play Flash.
No, that's totally fair.
I agree with that one.
So Cam, what did you not like about this movie?
Yeah, release the hatred.
Oh man,
Come to the dark side.
As much as I love the villains, man, I hated the portrayal of the Shocker.
Yeah, he kind of really wasn't even a character.
No, like you're just gonna have the weapon to find that the Shocker is. The host is not the person.
Well, that's the thing. They didn't even give a name or anything.
No. They just moved on. Next person. All right, let's go.
Yeah.
I didn't like that at all.
I agree. They didn't even need to mention Shocker.
It was not necessary at that point.
For someone who is, quite a formidable Spider-Man villain.
Yeah,
a member of the Sinister Six.
He is. Yeah, that's right.
He really didn't get any justice in this movie.
He was just a little grunt.
Yeah, he was a grunt with a electric fist.
Yeah, and not even two, just one. Didn't Shocker dual fist that shit?
He did. This was like budget Shocker.
What the fuck, man?
Yeah, and to be fair, there was no electricity either. It was
just a shockwave kind of
like
thing.
a magnetic shockwave.
Yeah. That's it. So that's it, man. That's what I didn't like. I just didn't like the shortcut that they took with the Shocker, making him a grunt.
One more shit on the comic right there.
Yeah, that's it, man. That's another big pile of shit right there, man.
Anything else that you want to, hate or that you did hate?
Not at the moment, no.
Nah?
Not at the moment, no. I'm okay with that.
Cool.
I accepted that, man. And yourself?
For me,
yes.
I have lots of hatred.
Of course you would.
I like this movie.
The biggest fan of Spider-Man.
But as someone who really, really enjoys the Spider-Man comics, as I've been hinting as people were talking, I really, really didn't like how they took a dump on the whole comic universe.
Right.
I get the whole Marvel comic universe is different than, the comic book universe. Sorry, the Marvel cinematic universe is different than the comic universe.
Of course.
Damn, have some things that are similar. The amount of characters that they combined and the amount of characters that were just not even what they were supposed to be.
You know what? Yeah,
or
right.
characters that they invented just for this movie. Come on, guys. I saw your faces when Michelle at the end of the movie was like, "You can call me MJ."
Holy shit. I want to storm out of there.
How did you guys feel when she uttered those two letters?
I'm like, did they replace Mary Jane? I couldn't even, how can you replace Mary Jane?
Peter Parker's iconic, red-headed, beautiful girlfriend.
It's the total opposite of that.
Well, yeah, she definitely did not look that good in that movie. I'm sure the actress is pretty.
Of course, but she's not a redhead. She's not the love interest.
Well, again, she's not Mary Jane.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. Dude, she couldn't even, she won't even, she didn't even want to even. That's how bad she was. Now for me, I wanted to leave, but since we were sitting in the middle of the theater, I couldn't go anywhere. But I didn't like that. You
were trapped. You know what? Yeah. You're not the only ones, man. The internet went crazy.
Of course.
Crazy. And that's the thing. A lot of people don't understand what's going on. They don't understand that this is a replacement for Mary Jane, because it isn't Mary Jane. We all know this.
Right.
Her name is Michelle.
Her name's Michelle.
Mary Jane.
Yeah.
People don't know if, her calling herself MJ was an homage. They say it was an homage to the Mary Jane character, but people don't know if, later on there will be a Mary Jane, or if this is the replacement for Mary Jane.
Right. This homage you speak of, that was the rumor back like last year, wasn't it?
Yeah, Marvel Studios when they released the casting.
Yes.
Had Zendaya, I think her name.
Zendaya.
Yeah.
Cast as MJ.
Yes.
And they said MJ.
And they just exploded
And
with that.
fans went crazy because they thought MJ meant Mary Jane.
Right.
However, they said, don't worry, this isn't Mary Jane. So maybe that was a troll saying like, haha, MJ.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. They haven't given any indication that they even are going to introduce Mary Jane to the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Right.
And fans are worried because they don't want this to be Peter's new love interest.
No, of course.
This character does not exist in the comics, for those of you who don't know. This is a character created for this movie.
Right, and that's one thing you just hate, don't you?
Oh yeah, I definitely don't like that. I don't like how they created a bunch of characters for this movie.
Yeah.
Liz Toombs.
Yeah, no Liz Allen anymore. You're right. Yeah,
I thought Liz Toombs was a great character, but again, doesn't exist. Adrian Toombs' daughter actually becomes an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. after learning about her father's criminal past.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So, like, all of this intertwines into other aspects of the Marvel Universe, and they're kind of pooping on that.
Yeah.
Because she's just a high schooler, and she's based off of Liz Allen, but Liz Allen was like this blonde cheerleader, stereotypical thing, who happened to be dating Flash.
Oh.
Yes.
And was really, really mean to Peter Parker,
Right.
and Peter had a huge crush on her.
Right.
And eventually she dumped Flash and ended up dating Peter for a little bit. That adds to the whole PY Flash, is this jock who's popular with girls and this and that. And there's been a lot of things, like look at his friend, Ned Leeds.
Yes.
Again, for those of you who don't know, Ned Leeds in the comics becomes Peter's friend when he starts working at the Daily Bugle.
Right.
Who later on ends up being the third Hobgoblin after being brainwashed by Kingsley. Now, let me put this into perspective, guys. Does the Ned in this movie look like he's going to be flying around as the Hobgoblin?
Oh, God, no.
Honestly, if they recreate that Captain America serum, they can do anything.
Oh, well said. Okay. I respect that.
So you mean like somehow he's gonna get the Captain America serum, which is gonna make him lose like 50 pounds?
Probably. You know what? She's right.
Honestly, maybe they can give Flash Thompson some of that so that he can actually so that he can enlist into the army, become Agent Venom, join the Guardians.
You know what? I would totally be okay with it. That would be awesome.
You know what? Yeah, no, well played.
Yeah, but like I was saying, Ned here is a lot like Genkai.
Oh God,
from the Ultimate Universe. It's like that character exactly.
Yeah. I remember you mentioned he was like Miles Morales' best friend or some shit like that.
Yeah, he was Miles Morales' best friend. He was the only one of his friends who knew Peter Parker's secret identity. Who knew Miles Morales' secret identity.
Yeah.
Which in this movie, he learns Peter Parker's secret identity.
Yeah.
He was kind of like that guy who helped Miles Morales get through, all the hardships of being Spider-Man. He's the Peter Parker's best buddy who's helping him get through, all the social hardness of being Spider-Man. He is that character, but they didn't decide to name him Genkai. They decided to name him Ned.
Yeah.
Which throws things off,
It does. Yeah, you're
like,
right.
he's not the Hobgoblin. He's like the Hamburger Goblin. God damn it.
Oh, wow.
That, for me, is, like, what I really didn't like about the movie. Like, the movie, if I went into the movie not knowing anything about the comics, I would have thought this was, like, the greatest Spider-Man movie ever. Because it really is a good movie. But I just wish that they kept things a little like the comic books. Because there's a reason why Spider-Man is the best-selling comic book to date. Well, maybe behind Batman now, but it's one of the best-selling.
One of the best for Marvel, at least.
Oh, it's Marvel's #1 selling series.
Easily.
Because the story and the characters were good.
Relatability as well, right?
Yeah, and a lot of people can relate to Peter Parker, and a lot of people can relate to Spider-Man, and just I don't know why they had to do that, man. But you know what? All in all, I still thought it was a great movie. What about you guys? You guys like the movie all in all?
I liked it. I actually really enjoyed the movie. I didn't know anything about, the Spider-Man comics, so...
That's fair.
So this, that knowledge didn't taint my enjoyability.
So, favorite Spider-Man movie then, out of the 3 franchises?
Yeah, I have to say, this is probably my favorite Spider-Man movie.
Cam, what about you? Favorite Spider-Man movie?
You know what? I am okay with this one.
Yes.
I'm okay with this
Favorite one, though, out of the 3 franchises now?
Yeah, it takes it.
Nice. For me, I don't know. I think it's a draw between this one and Spider-Man 2. But Spider-Man 2 with Tobey Maguire still beats it out by a little bit.
Okay.
But you know what? Still a great movie. And And at the end of the movie, it did say Spider-Man will be returning, so this is going to become a franchise.
It is, yeah.
So what are you guys looking forward to in the new Spider-Man movie, the next one?
Hopefully,
A new Flash?
More Captain America PSAs?
more Captain America PSAs. I mean, you started already. You have to continue. It has to be in a movie.
Good enough. What about you, Cam? What are you looking forward to in the next movie?
You know what? This may not even have to be anything about the character. I just like the actor who portrayed the Scorpion in this. I just want to see him come back and reprise his role.
Yeah, so you're hoping for a Scorpion in the next movie?
You know what? Let's see more villains. Let's see more villains, but do not cram too much. And make them, give them justice, not some shocker suit all over again.
What about 6 new villains?
That could be tough though, because the last time they tried to put 3 villains in a movie, it just went to a shit show.
True.
You know what I mean? So it's back and forth for that one, but just give them justice.
I think they're setting up the Sinister Six.
Of course, they've been talking about that since time.
Yeah, but that was the old franchise.
Even then, it still is. Okay.
I honestly think they're setting up the Sinister Six.
Okay.
You got the reveal of the Scorpion.
Yes.
Yeah, Shocker, I guess.
What's left of him?
Yeah. You know what? Maybe it's gonna go to the next Shocker, and he's gonna be the actual Shocker. Maybe he already has a glove, and then he's gonna find this glove, and then it combines to become the Shocker.
Okay.
The Shocker we know and love.
Yeah.
They have the Vulture.
Well,
he's still there. You know.
That's right. He's still there.
For once, they didn't kill a villain at the end of a movie.
Yes. You're
so
right.
he's still in the universe.
Okay. Yeah. You
know,
more villains.
So you needed some Doc Ock and the rest of them. Chameleon, Mysterio. Mysterio would be sick in a movie.
I actually want to see how the Rhino is in this.
You mean not a robotic Rhino?
I was okay with that.
No, man.
I was okay with that.
I was not okay with Gundam Rhino. Anyways,
he was like that in the Ultimate Universe, but okay.
What? Yeah, he was a Gundam.
He was a Gundam actually.
I don't know. I like his whole origin in the comic books where he had to have the skin, the Rhino hide fused to him and blah blah blah.
Okay.
Okay. Adds more to his character.
Okay, guys, let me talk to you about a valuable trait that soldiers or students alike should have.
Hey, wait. I know where this is going.
Go on, I'm listening.
Patience.
Oh.
Sometimes patience is the key to victory. Sometimes it leads to very little. And it seems like it's not worth it. And you wonder why you waited so long for something so disappointing.
Aye, soldier. And just like that, we come to the end of another episode of All Things Geek. Guys, please let us know what you thought about Spider-Man Homecoming in the comments section. And let us know your favorite parts or maybe dislikes about the movie.
Of course.
Anyways, later guys.
Take care.